Hello, my name is Seth Morales, and the country I will do my presentation on today is Cambodia. Now, before we begin, I'd like to give some background about the country. It is located in southeastern Asia, bordering Vietnam and Thailand. Its capital is Phnom Penh. Its main religion is Buddhism, but they also practice Muslim and Hinduism. And the type of government they currently have is a parliamentary constitutional monarchy. Now, let's get right into it, starting with eating style and food culture. Eating style. When eating in Cambodia, slurping and lip smacking is actually pretty common. When you do so, it shows that you actually enjoy the meal. Picking your teeth is common too. That shows you enjoy the meal as well, and obviously not with your hands, but with toothpicks. When sitting down on a table in Cambodia, you're most likely going to find some condiments to eat with your meal. These condiments could be chili jam, sugar, garlic flakes, fish sauce, soy sauce, and many other things. The Cambodian lifestyle usually revolves around a Khmer culture. This usually involves lots of fresh foods, such as fruits, veggies, and meats. Meats can consist of pork, buffalo meat, crabs, mussels, frogs, that are usually marinated in various spices such as lemongrass, curry, sugar, and tamarind, and many other things. In the Khmer culture, mainly dishes are made with prahak, or a type of fermented fish paste. The average Cambodian eats around 50 pounds of this a year, which is a good amount, and it's usually served with rice or noodles, but mainly rice. Moving on to my next point, rice accounts for almost two-thirds of the calories consumed by Cambodia's population, so that's a pretty good amount. And Cambodians have three main meals: breakfast in the morning, lunch in the noon, and dinner at night. Now, moving on to health issues and illnesses. The main issues are malnutrition and anemia, and this can be due to many negative factors. The ones listed here are poverty, education, and the 2008 food price crisis. When the price crisis occurred in 2008, the price skyrocketed, but it never really came back down. And due to the large amount of poverty in Cambodia, it was very difficult for the people of Cambodia to acquire the needed foods that they need to nutrate themselves. Other factors that can contribute to these illnesses are inadequate accessibility, quality, and utilization of certain supplies that the Cambodians might need, and a shortage of skilled health professionals. Now, to give off some data from the WHO, malnutrition amongst women has increased from 2010 to 2016, almost doubling. It was also found that a large population of children are getting vitamin supplements, which means that they're not getting their needed vitamins through their daily meals. And it was found that only 30% of children between the months of 6 to 23 are receiving the minimum acceptable diet, which means that only around 30% of children are receiving their needed nutrients. Diet and health. Poor health can be due to a poor diet. And in Cambodia, this is due to lack of diversity and utilization. So, this means that they eat the same foods and the way they cook it is always the same way. And this can also be to lack of proper nutrition, which means that they're probably not cooking their foods in the healthiest manner, and that could be due to lack of education. And finally, lack of sanitation. The Cambodians struggle with having clean water, so they're receiving this flow of dirty water which they're using for their crops, which contaminates them, meaning that they cannot consume it. But in some cases, they'll still consume it due to the hunger they have. Globalization. As fast food companies continue to expand around the world, more populations are being revealed to these unhealthy fast foods, and there's bound to be a negative impact on health. For example, KFC and Burger King recently introduced themselves to the Cambodian population, and this has led to an increase in various diseases, an increased risk as well. So, diseases such as obesity, heart disease, and diabetes, stroke, and high blood pressure. Now, for my suggestions, I suggest that we implement educational programs, we offer them to the communities in Cambodia and go over certain topics such as health and nutrition, cooking, sanitation, and safety, so that the people can know how diet impacts their health. Maybe they could learn how to cook their meals in a more healthier manner, and they could learn about how the dirty water is a lack of sanitation and that could cause negative impacts on their health as well. Another idea is perhaps volunteers building an irrigation system, sort of like Doctors Without Borders, but in this case, not doctors. It would be a group of volunteers, perhaps from like the U.S. or neighboring countries, that go to Cambodia and build an irrigation system so they may receive clean water so they can grow crops. This concludes my presentation, and thank you for your time.